Hey everybody, welcome to the channel. This is The Ordinary Awesome. I'm O'Brien and I help people see the awesome in the ordinary. Today we're going to be talking about the 5 fastest ways that you can raise your vibration. I know I haven't been on the channel for a while because I've been busy starting an online meditation school called the meditationcreationlab.com, which you guys can check out. I'll have a link for that for you in the description below or next to me. I'm not sure where I'm going to put it, but you'll see it. Anyway, I was working for years with private clients on meditation and on health and on quantum physics, and I'm excited to bring it to you guys now. I wanted everybody to have a chance to use this incredible system that we came up with. We worked really hard. We did a lot of research and we've proven it because we've used it on some pretty incredible people, which I'm definitely going to have on the show. One of them being, his name is Calvin Gaines, a songwriter, producer who's worked with artists such as Lady Gaga, Beyonce, Whitney Houston, Backstreet Boys, and a whole lot more. He's an awesome guy, and he's used that system to help him focus and redirect his creativity to bring some of their greatest hits to you. So I'm super excited to bring that same system to you guys and to the world. And like I said, we're going to have him on the show too. So check out, keep looking in for updates on that. Anyway, back to the show right now, which is how to raise your vibration fast, 5 steps. Well, what are vibrations? Vibrations are any emotional physical state that you're in at any given time. Like you've been depressed before, you're sad. Those are lower vibrations. You've been happy for whatever reason. Those are higher vibrations. There are ways to move in and out of those vibrations. And here are 5 fast ways that you can do that. So we're going to talk about one of the ways to do that is positive music. Speaking of music, positive music. You ever have been in a bad mood or just a neutral mood or sad and your favorite upbeat song comes on? And it's important that it's upbeat because you do what's called phase locking, where your frequency will lock into basically the frequency of the song. So the song is upbeat, you're going to be upbeat. You start dancing around, you're singing, you're having a good time, you're in your car, you're rocking back and forth, and you forget about your troubles for a while. That's because you phase locked with that song. It brought you to that level of vibration. So that's important to have upbeat songs, around you, and that are positive, not negative upbeat songs. So that'll make a difference in your vibrational frequency. Another way to reach that, and it has multiple benefits, is exercise. Healthy body, healthy mind. There's something to that. It's when you start tuning your body, it's like tuning a tuning fork. If a tuning fork is out of shape or bent, it's going to sound crazy. It's the same with us with vibrations. If once we get in shape, we vibrate at a higher frequency just by doing the exercises, you feel good. That's not to say that if you're out of shape that you can have super high vibrations. It's just that being in shape gives positive chemical feedback in the body that raises your vibrations naturally. You start to produce hormones that make you feel good. So exercise is another one. An awesome, great one also is something called heart focus. Now, the Heart Math Institute did studies over the recent years, and they found that the heart has an electromagnetic field that extends 3 meters out from the body. So we're talking feet from the body that they can measure without actually touching the body. So the heart has an electromagnetic field thousands of times stronger than that of the brain. So thoughts are electric, feelings are magnetic. So they have an electromagnetic field around both. And when you create something called heart-brain coherence, that's when you can actually expand your heart's electromagnetic field past you, where instruments can measure it and you can actually affect people near you. That's why you've ever gone into a place or party or somewhere and you feel funky vibes, something doesn't feel right. No one said a word, no one even looked at you, but you walked in and something's not right. Your body is picking up their electromagnetic field. You are sensing their field. So by focusing, taking a little time a day, closing your eyes, putting your hands on your heart, the reason why you put your hands there, it's because your consciousness knows to go there. And after practice of doing that, you can do that without placing your hands there. But it's just easier where you place your hands. You're going to feel, okay, I'm at this part of my chest. So you feel it. So if you just close your eyes and take several deep breaths in slowly and exhale slowly and focus on your heart. You actually put your mind, your thought where your heart is. And that's how you expand your field, because your thoughts are starting to connect in your brain with your heart, expanding your electromagnetic field. And that's called heart-brain coherence. If you want to learn more on that, check out the Heart Math Institute, a great place to find out about a lot of things that have to do with the heart and self-healing and vibrations. So another way is something that we all know: gratitude and love. Even if you feel at the time you have nothing to be grateful for, if you start telling yourself there must be something in your life that you can feel grateful for, it's just that you might be in such a low vibrational state, or in a state of stress or survival or something going on that you can't see it. And if that's the case, if you believe you have nothing to be grateful for in life, be grateful, try to be grateful for that life. Now, sometimes you have to fake it until you make it. So, in other words, if you start thinking about the life you want to have, you start imagining that you have a great abundance, whether it's wealth, a great abundance of health, the house you've always wanted, the Lamborghini you've always wanted. It's amazing that if you look in the hip hop community, especially, you see these rappers all the time talking about their Bentley, their Lamborghini. They just got a record deal. They didn't sell one record yet. So you know they don't have the cars. They don't have the money. They don't have the mansions. But they talk about it so much, they believe it. Actually, before they even have an audience, they believe it. So they use that energy to manifest it. Next thing you know, you see them on the radio you hear them on the radio and you see them on TV being interviewed in front of their Bentleys and their multi-million dollar mansions. They made it happen, but they believed it was there before it happened. They were, in a sense, they were grateful for it because they bragged about it. So you don't have to brag about it, but if you can tell your mind to feel what it's like to have that kind of abundance, and it takes practice, it doesn't happen overnight, but if you can tell your mind to feel that, then your body starts to physically prepare for that event. If you want more health, you don't wait for perfect health to feel whole. You don't wait to be rich to feel abundant. And those rappers, they feel abundant. They have abundance of egos as we see it, or braggadocious, man, or whatever it takes, but they get there. It's the same with your health. It's the same with vibration. Once you start to have that gratitude within you, that signifies that something good already happened to you that you are able to be thankful for. You're grateful for it. So if you can cultivate the emotion of gratitude and love ahead of the event, your body and your brain and the vibrations start to prepare for that event. And something else that happens that's also great is you start to vibrate on a higher plane in something what we call the quantum field that's all around us, the energy field that's all around us. Every possibility is in that field. The possibility for wealth, for abundance, for great health, happiness, love, relationships. It's all in the field. Once you resonate at that same frequency, you match that vibrational state, and then you start seeing synchronicities happen in your life. You ever have it when on the reverse, on the opposite, you ever wake up in the morning, you didn't hear the alarm clock, so you're late. So you jump out of bed, you're in a bad mood, you stub your toe. You're running around and you stub your toe, your foot's hurting, now you're looking for your keys. You can't find your keys. The food that you're cooking burns. You go outside, you're running into the car, you're late, you might run a red light, you bump into somebody and have an accident. It's those sequence of events that put you on that plane for the rest of the day. And you can start to see what vibration you're hanging in by the results around you. It sounds crazy, but when you're vibrating at a negative or off-centered level, you're going to run into those situations. You run into the person that annoys you, that you don't want to see. You get stopped at every red light when you're running late. When you're trying to do something in the car, right? You're trying to work with your phone or do something, boom, the light turns green. You're trying to fix something in your car, the radio, boom, the light turns green. So when you notice those things happen to you, it just takes a second to recenter yourself, touch your heart, breathe in, breathe out, relax, and refocus that energy, redirect it into states of gratitude or joy, or put on a happy song. And if you look for it, this is important. You start to see it the more you look for it. You'll see those synchronicities change. You'll run into somebody that you wanted to see. Your boss tells you something good. Every light is green. You might find $1 on the ground. So it's important to have that state of gratitude and love and cultivate that. And when you cultivate those emotions and you have a focus, then you start to build that heart-brain coherence along the way. So that's an important one. And like I said, it takes practice. It doesn't happen, necessarily overnight. So don't get upset if you're like, oh, I don't feel this. There's nothing to be grateful for. Just slowly keep returning and practicing and shifting. Like anything else we learn in life, it takes practice. We had to learn to drive. We had to learn to tie our shoes. It takes practice. And another one, I would say one of the greatest assets that we have in raising our vibrations and sustaining them is meditation, meditation, meditation. When you meditate, you're taking the mind out of the body. You're quieting the analytical mind. All of the stuff, the mind that worries about things, that's all in the prefrontal cortex. And we can manifest stress and crazy things and bad health in our bodies just by sheer thought alone, because the thought activates chemical changes in our bodies. So when you meditate, you do the opposite of that. You become hyper present when you do the correct meditation. And when you're hyper present and when you're breathing in a slow, relaxed manner, your body says it's not in stress, it's not in fight or flight, it's in what they call rest and digest. And you can't be in both states at once. So that takes practice too. But when you reach that state, when you're calm and you're breathing relaxed, that means you're not in the stress states. And from there, you can guide yourself to those feelings of gratitude and love and joy and happiness on a sustained level. Because I'm telling you, the more you do it, the easier it becomes and the longer it stays. It's just like people are instinctively not taught, but conditioned to get in a bad mood and stay in that mood so long, because when you're in that bad mood, you look for things to keep you in that mood. So you're in a bad mood. Oh, this guy, look at him. He looks like an idiot with those pants. Oh, what's he doing? You're looking for stuff. So it's the same, but in the opposite. When you start to meditate and throughout the day, you carry that with you. You start looking for, oh, look at the old couple holding hands, or, oh, look at that little kid. He's so cute. And those things you start to become conscious of. The more you become conscious of, the more you see them and the more you raise your vibrational state. Now, we're going to have a cone vibration chart somewhere up on the screen so you could see it. The lowest vibration is what they call, obviously, shame. And then it goes all the way up to the highest one, meaning being enlightenment. And then there's guilt, there's apathy, there's grief, there's fear, there's desire, anger, pride, courage, neutrality, willingness, acceptance, reason, love, joy, peace, and enlightenment. And then when you see that chart, it can help you see where you are. And I'm not saying I run around slap happy every day. I have my moments, but since I'm aware of it, I can adjust and bring myself back up. Because as a kid growing up and taking care of family and doing different things, I had a lot of guilt that I had to move out of. And what happens is when you have guilt or shame or fear, that manifests itself in your body. It can change into chronic diseases. So we'll get into that in another video. So those are some of the 5 top things you can do to raise your vibrations. So do those things and do them for a while. You have to do them consistently. Like I said, it doesn't happen overnight, but the more you do it, the easier it becomes. And keep doing it. Don't give up, because at first, when you try it, you might say, this is stupid, I don't get it, because the body has been habituated to go to the negative and to see the bad in things. But we can retrain your mind and consciousness to get you to those higher planes of vibrations. And I'm telling you, you will see amazing things happen in your life because you'll start to look for them. And that's very important. So don't forget, everybody, meditate and create. And we'll see you next time. Thanks for joining us. Peace. Be well.